look at the menu.
You're already American.
Can I get a kid's bucket, please?
See, there's no bread.
Hey, please can I get a zinger double down double down burger meal?
Oh, I could get
Oh my god, please
Sunday.
can I get... I don't know what I want.
What are the bites
Can I
of
get
the
a
season?
boneless...
Can I get sweet chili, please?
Yeah, no.
Can I get a boneless banquet, please? Could I get
A Milky Bar sundae as well, please.
Yeah.
make that 2, please. I'm gonna have to take a bank loan out. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog.
We're back. When was it over a year then, the last one we filmed?
No, I think it was in...
Is it less than a... No.
May?
Was it May? Oh, yeah. That was the Nando's one.
Was it before, after Morocco?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
But we're back.
We're back and we're in a different location. We're at KFC in the middle of nowhere.
We are in the middle of...
I'm surprised they have a KFC.
The nearest Nando's is an hour away, otherwise we would have got Nando's. But it's far.
Today we're gonna be talking about
Camp! Summer camp!
our only personality traits.
No, literally our only personality.
Well, my only personality. You have Australia as well.
We're gonna do a little Q&A. It's really dark.
Would you like me to open the sunroof for you?
I don't think that's gonna really make a difference. Do you think it will?
Just you wait, darling. Just you wait to see this panoramic roof that I have.
So yeah, I asked for some questions over on my Insta, but it depends if it's gonna load. Because when I say we're in the middle of nowhere, as in like, it's giving no signal. Shall we kick it off?
What, in the drive-thru?
Well, might as well.
Yeah, the mini-filled burger, sweet chili bites, boneless banquet with corn, cherry coke, barbecue dip, and 2 Milky Bar sundaes.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Mum.
Yeah, 2
welcome.
seconds on you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
I don't know why I got one of
Mini
these.
burgers inside the box.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Guys.
I don't know why I got one of them things, you know.
Okay, so...
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
Make me look like the greedy one.
Well, we know it's both of our food, let's be real.
How are we going to do this?
Maybe just put it all the way in the...
Just have a man's head.
Okay, gorge. Okay.
Okay, this is
Do
all
you want
mine.
to eat this first?
Yeah, we'll do it backside forwards.
Backside forwards. I've never heard that saying before.
Well, you have now.
Well, you have now. Okay. Are we focused, Miss Girl?
Yes.
Okay.
As I look away.
Okay, next question. Best and worst things about being a returner? This is a great question.
I think...
Best and worst things about being a returner? This is a great question.
I think... You know, sometimes as a returner, you can hold very high expectations, which causes you not to, like, see the reality of things. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
So, like, I hold high thoughts from last summer straight away, whereas
Yeah.
you need to just ease yourself into things.
You almost, not that you can't, but you sometimes feel like as a returner, like it's a little bit harder to make the mistakes that you can kind of make in your first year.
Yeah.
And you can still make mistakes, like as a returner. It's like literally going into 6th year and you still... Isn't this good, or do you not?
Yeah, it's lovely, but this wooden spoon's going through us.
Like, it's normal for everyone to make mistakes, but I think, like you said, you hold yourself a little bit more accountable in a returner year.
Yeah.
I also think, like, I would love to experience camp again for the first time.
She's shitting that through the drive-thru.
Yeah, I'd love to experience camp again for the first time, which you obviously can never do. But then on the flip side, I absolutely love being a returner because I'm a little bit of a control freak and I love knowing what's going on. You need to stop.
You just need to put the front of my car up. Right, I'm solely focused on this camera.
I like knowing what's going on. Like, I love going into orientation and be like, okay, that's what this activity is going to be. This is how this goes. And I mean, every summer's always different anyway, so there's always something new going on.
I think as a returner as well, I always get nervous that the newbies won't want to talk to me. And the newbies are like stick together. A bit like how the newbies feel about the returners.
But it's never the case,
yeah,
I don't find.
Everyone's just friends with everyone.
And that's what's nice about being a returner is you can then help the newbies, like that maybe, like, oh, we're walking to the social hall, like, which way is the social hall again?
Yeah.
Oh, let's walk together, like, I'll show you. And how are you feeling about things, like asking?
That's a good thing about orientation bunks, so you've got a mixture of everyone. mixture of returners, new counsellors, specialists, generals.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of get to know everyone.
Mixes it up. And I feel like you need that because it then means that you've created friendships with people that maybe you then aren't in a bunk with or you don't work at the same area with.
I've got a question for you.
Oh, go on.
How do you feel during orientation now you're not in bunk and you've got your own room?
I actually don't find it's any different. I spent more time in the bunks with people in orientation than I did in my own room anyway.
Uh-huh.
And I remember it was like bunk 7, I think. And I literally one night was just in there like until everyone went to bed and then I just went to bed myself. But I think it's very much a mindset thing. Like if you've got your own space and own room at camp, it's how you choose to spend it. Like I could have very easily just spent all my nights in my own room, but I don't go back to camp to do that.
So
you know?
fair.
I want to go back and meet new people and make new friends. So, and that's what I think we want from returners. I think any camp wants from returners is people that are going to put themselves back out there as if they are first timers. You know?
Yeah, totally.
This is really good. I'm going to be a bit bored when all my chocolate buttons are gone though.
Mine have gone.
Oh. I'm a bit...
And I have brain freeze a bit.
It's very cold.
Next question.
Okay. Is it too late to apply? No.
Nope.
I think February is probably one of the biggest months in the camp world, I think, in terms of applying, getting hired, and getting your visa sorted. Like it's a big year for getting all your bits done. But I think most agency applications close like end of March, maybe.
I think so as well because it's becoming so popular. Previous years it's been up until April. But I think now, like...
Get it done. Like, if you want to do it, get it done.
Wait.
I think as well, the earlier you do it, the longer you've got to do all of the things that you need to get done.
And more camps are available. The longer you wait, the shorter your horizon is.
Yes.
That probably makes no sense.
I think I'm done with my ice cream.
Me too.
It's hurt, like, actually cold on my hands to just hold it now. But yeah, it's definitely not too late, but I wouldn't be putting it off way later. Like, don't leave it till the last minute. Don't leave it till the end of March. Like, I'm going to go to camp now. You can, like, applications will still be there, but get yourself sorted. It just makes everything feel a little bit easier and smoother. What's the best part about camp?
This is such a broad question.
It is, and it's a hard question to answer because I think both of us feel like we have so many things. Mine's always been the people. And it's that...
I did not want to interrupt you, but I nearly did.
Yeah, I feel like the people's always going to be... Oh my god, look at those. Look at the amount of sauce they've given me. Look at her face.
What's in that?
They're just like chicken bites covered in sauce. You always want to go back for the people and for your kids and for... My burger's not in here.
Well,
unless it's in there.
I hope it's in there because there's no chance I'm eating all of that.
Yeah, it's in there.
We can share this.
This girl went a little bit crazy.
This girl isn't even hungry.
Yeah, the people, the relationships. I think as well, I'm sure you agree with me, camp relationships are like no other relationships. Like camp friendships are just a different gravy. Get it? But yeah, what's your favourite thing?
I think it's going to sound so cliche.
Go on.
But I do return for the people.
Yeah.
Because I love the people. And I love making new friends and meeting new people. But, like, none of my friends could go back and I'd still return for my kids.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to get all corny up in it. Corny? Sorry to get all corny up here. But
no, but it's so true.
I return for my campers, not my friends. Sorry.
I mean, when I think back to my first year at camp, I think there's maybe 3 people that were like staff-wise, not head staff obviously, but like 3 people that were there that summer that are still there now. And it does go to show like your kids become the most important people in your entire life. And,
literally.
No, literally. And I go back for every single one of them. It just makes me so happy.
Love you guys if you're watching.
Don't leave me hanging. Love you guys. But yeah, people, friendships, your campers, which are obviously become insane friendships as well anyway, like some of the best relationships ever. Okay. What can you do on your time off if you're under 21?
This is pretty much similar to what the over 21 people do. Nobody's ever left out.
You're not going to be the only under 21 year old.
Like, remember my first summer? Like, you were all like 21, 22, 23.
Yeah.
One of the girls was 26. And I was 18, turning 19. And like, yous were who I hung out with. And there was, you never did anything that meant I couldn't do it.
No, it's never going to alter your summer.
No.
Either. I think because, like I say, you're never going to be on your own. There's going to be loads of people that are under 21. And that...
Sorry, I thought that was going to go all over us.
You can be 18 and have a 26-year-old best friend.
100%. But
do you know what I mean?
You know, going to Skinner's.
Yeah.
Like,
Skinner's
everybody
is like
hangs
this,
out, yeah.
It's like this lake, like runs... Is it the Delaware River? I always forget what river it is.
I feel like, yeah.
And you can go and like chill out on the rocks. You can get like rubber rings, like rent tubes, and like go tubing and stuff. And I mean, we've done days off to New York for a literal 24 hours, or water parks, theme parks, shopping malls, outlets. If you've got a friend that lives in the area, going home to their home for the day, or there's actually so much to do. I think, again, like we were saying, it's always going to depend on as well, like the area that your camp is in and the type of places that you can go to on your time off. Like, you'll find there'll be some bars and restaurants that you can go into under 21 and obviously not drink. So it's just something to suss out, I think. But it's definitely not anything to worry about. It's more than doable, you know?
It's a natural worry, and most under 21s do think it before going to America, but, you know, you'll never get left out, don't worry.
No. And it can feel weird because you go from being overage in the UK to then not in America, and that can feel a little bit strange because you're like, oh, well, I can drink at home, but can't.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you mean. Also, just the last thing to add on that is don't expect that everyone's going to want to go out drinking all the time. That are over 21, because that's not the case at all. Like, we know Shane, for example, he doesn't drink at all.
Yeah.
He's over 21. You know, so it's not the be all and end all of your nights off and your days off. It's just about spending time with your friends.
Yeah, and just getting off camp as well and resetting and doing it actually in a way that sometimes is going to be way more beneficial to you than going out for a few drinks. You know, some of my favourite nights off would be just when I'd go to Walmart and everyone would just be on such a funny vibe. And just getting random stuff from Walmart, going to McDonald's, doing different things, chilling in the staff room as well.
Yeah.
Like having a night in, getting into your comfies, going and watching a movie. Some of those nights are probably some of the best just because you need them, and it's nice to just chill with the people you love, you know? What's your advice to someone with anxiety going to camp for the first time?
Anxiety in general? Or anxiety
I think maybe
about
just being anxious about going to camp, maybe? What are you looking for?
A drink.
Oh, here. This is yours.
Is there a straw, though?
Not as far as I'm aware. I think feeling nervous and anxious before going and doing something like this is probably one of the most normal feelings you're going to feel. And I think just, again, knowing you're not going into it on your own, like, you're not going to be the only new first timer that's going to camp. There's going to be other people that you're doing it alongside with as well. But I think the biggest thing is to just know that you ask for help if you need it, whether it's from your co-counsellors or head staff. Like, don't feel like you're going through any of it on your own, because everyone wants you to succeed at the end of the day, and if that means asking for help, then that's what, like, camps want, you know?
100%. And I think, going off that, because you summed it up perfectly, you're not the only one that feels anxious. And for example, like, I'm returning for my 4th summer this year, and I can guarantee that I have very similar feelings as to what you do. Like, I also get anxiety.
Yeah.
And, you know, you might feel anxious about the kids not liking you. Well, I get anxious about them not having a great reaction.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're all
going through it, and just at different levels.
That's it.
Like, there's always going to be people that have those moments, and I still go to camp, and on opening day I'm so nervous. Like, when the buses roll in, the kids are getting off the bus, I'm like, oh my god, so excited. But the nerves are normal for, I think, anyone going to camp, whether it's your first year or your 10th year. Wrong.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. That is key.
And find your own coping mechanisms. Because my coping mechanisms might not be the same as yours.
Yeah.
But you know, it works.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you said, speak to people. If you know there's a certain way that will help you feel less anxious,
Yeah.
all you have to do is go to someone and say, look, this is
Yeah.
my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And we'll be there to support you, whatever you need.
Spot on. This question is an easy answer for me, and I think you as well. Do you ever wonder what going to another camp would be like? Would you ever try it?
I do wonder,
Do you?
but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I would never. I think that's actually like so funny to think. My application experience to camp 8 years ago now was literally just Tyler Hill. I didn't even look at other camps. I didn't research other camps. I was never in. Oh shit! Went down the wrong hole. I was never in a hiring pool looking at other camps, so I was like dead set on that. Once I'd got the job, I was like, oh, happy days, like so excited, and it's ended up being the best thing and more. And yeah, I would never try another camp for, I think, just multiple reasons. Like, it becomes home,
Yeah.
it becomes family, and it is where I will spend every
rest of
summer.
my life.
Every summer for the rest of my life.
Grass ain't always greener.
Yep. Spitting facts.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
The next question I've just seen on my phone is camp like Love Island. We were actually talking about this earlier.
In many different aspects. And many different looks of life at camp.
Camp is essentially a group of people between the ages of 18 to 27 go and live, eat, breathe, sleep, work, do everything together. So in that sense that you're thrown into an environment where you do everything with these people, you become very close very quickly.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like, there's similarities, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's how Love Island works. But it's definitely not something that, if you're going and you're there for yourself and you're there for your friends, like, that is totally fine. It's definitely not expected that you go to camp and you find your person, you know? Like, it happens. There's people that we know that have been to camp and have met people and have been married. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that happens.
And we've met people that have went to camp and relationships have failed. That have made it camp. But you know, we're all human. And it's
Yeah.
all part of the fun.
But yeah, it's definitely not something that people go to camp for. Like, if that's your reason, don't go. Like, you're going to camp for the complete wrong
Yeah.
things. Like, yes, it can happen, but it's not the be all and end all. It's not like,
Is your camera running out?
it's got 2 minutes
Right.
of thing, but I can delete a video from before.
Okay. Also, if you're watching this with your partner, I would just like to say to your partner, don't panic. You know, you hear a lot of these stories where people go off to camp and then, like, the relationships break up. But if you're set and happy and healthy in your relationship,
Yeah.
like I was back in the day, I survived a summer in a relationship. Worked out hunky-dory for me in the end, didn't it? But
Yeah.
moving on, don't panic, because I think there's also a lot of stress behind that. But
Yeah.
if your relationship's strong, you don't have to worry. Like,
And
you can
again,
have a Vic.
if you're going for the right reasons and the person that you're with wants you to experience this and knows it's one of your dream things to do, wants to support you doing something like this, then it'll be the smoothest thing ever. And just, I think in terms of that, I think it's important to split your time. Like, still obviously stay in touch. That goes for family and friends though, it goes for everyone. Stay in touch with people at home, but make sure you also enjoy your time with your new friends and the people that you've met, because the summer is going to go by so incredibly fast that you can blink and you miss it. So, oh no, the battery's dying.
Oh no, we're back.
We're back. It's getting a little bit dark, so please bear with us.
But it's fine, it makes us be more quick fire.
True.
Instead of rambling.
Does it though?
Probably not.
What did we just finish off talking about then? The Love Island one. Was it the Love Island
Yeah,
one?
Love Island maybe.
Yeah, so, if you're in a relationship going to camp,
Yeah,
did I finish talking about
yeah, I think so, we did.
that? Finished, done?
Yeah. Finito.
Finito.
Unlike your relationship, if you're happy in it.
Like, I have been to camp with my boyfriend for the last 2 years, and it's been absolutely fine. I will hold my hands up and say that I have been to camp in the past, gone to camp with a boyfriend, and left without one. I just find, though, that camp brings out the happiest version of myself, and I'm very much, if someone I realise isn't what I actually need or want, I will just be like, you know what, this isn't working. And camp gives me, I think, the strength to do that.
Yeah,
it sounds a little bit mad, and that's why I think going to camp the last 2 years with Andrew has actually been so nice, because I've just
he's the one. He's just a little smushy.
Okay, good old Tom asked, our friend Tom. I don't know why he asked this, because he knows the answer, so I'm not sure if he's trying to be helpful or just... Hi, just wondering how many days I get on my visa to travel. This is actually a valid question, because I think a lot of people don't realise you can travel before as well.
Yeah.
So you obviously get... This is actually really nice.
You can have it.
She doesn't like sharing with me.
No, I don't like sharing with anybody because I catch tonsillitis.
Fair. Yeah, you get 30 days to travel after camp, and you also get 30 days before. So the dates on your visa is your camp start date and your camp end date. Something to bear in mind, actually, I had someone really freak out when they got their visa. I've done this before. You get your visa and the end date is your camp end date. Don't worry, that doesn't mean the date you have to leave the country by. I realise why you get so distracted. It's anyone that's near your car.
Yeah. Because it would cost a lot of money to fix that I don't have.
Insurance.
You still got to pay money out to your insurance, though. Yeah. Mine's £500.
Yeah, but that's only if it's your fault. If it's their fault, they have to pay for it. No?
I don't know.
I think so. Anyway, yeah, the end date on your visa isn't the date you have to leave the country. I had that panic my first year when I got my visa back, and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be travelling, I'm going to leave the country. It means your 30 days starts from that end date. That's just your camp work dates, so do not fear. So thanks, Tom, for asking a very brilliant question.
And you obviously get 30 days beforehand, which a lot of people don't know, which we are using.
We are.
First time.
Excited.
We're using, like, pretty much the full thing.
I know. Favourite day of camp from this past summer? I found this so hard because I have so many little moments as well that make up, you know. So this is like a favourite moment, and a lot of the girls in my division will agree with me on this because it was honestly like the cutest thing ever. We had the movie theatre one night. I think I've actually spoke about this before, but we watched Love, Rosie.
Oh.
I think I told you this. We watched Love, Rosie in the cinema, in the movie theatre at camp, and you'll be able to hear the commotion. I've got no service.
Oh no, maybe you won't.
Essentially, we were watching this, and you know when you can like take any group of kids to watch a film, sometimes they're just checked out and they're just not wanting to pay any attention. They were hooked on this film, and Love, Rosie is an absolutely unbelievable film, and they were screaming at the ending, like absolutely bringing the house down. And it was just such a nice, it was just a nice evening. We all went in our pyjamas, we took a load of snacks, and it was just, you know, when you look at everyone, you're like, oh no, this is a really wholesome moment that is actually just, it's one in the feels, you know. It was just a cute, genuine moment.
I think one of my favourite moments from camp, because I can't think of a specific day, because there are so many good days.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to say there aren't bad days, just to point out, but there were so many good days. But I think my favourite moment was the one I spoke about earlier on, where we were all sat on the beds together on the last night.
Yeah, that's cute.
And it was just so wholesome, and we were like talking about the summer, and I was showing the kids like the pictures, like, yeah, it's just...
Yeah. I think you find that actually some of your favourite moments, like, coming from a big camp that does a lot of big days, they are some of my favourite days, hands down, but some of the nicest moments is actually those ones that you don't expect to go into the summer and be like, oh no, that was like my favourite thing. Like those moments when you just sit like in the bunks and you're just chatting, you're just debriefing about the day. You just have little wholesome moments, and I think they're the things that actually take you by surprise. Like, oh no, this is so cute.
21st birthday.
Oh
Best
yeah,
day.
That was cute.
That was like one of the best days I think I've ever had on camp. Never felt so much love and kindness, and everyone just went out the way to make like little surprises.
Yeah, I've always wished I had a camp birthday.
Like it was just the best day ever, and I couldn't imagine spending it anywhere else with anyone else. And like
it was like your perfect 21st birthday, like it really was.
From when midnight struck and everyone was stood around me, and like literally, like even people I don't, even people like I don't speak to every day, like everybody came running over. There was a massive countdown.
It was so cute.
And then everyone
I've got a really cute video of that actually.
Everyone just shouted happy birthday, and it was just the best feeling ever. And then, you know, got to skip around the pool.
Yeah.
My 21st, and then
so cute.
I remember like we were just, it was just before shower hour, I think, or like it was at some point in the afternoon, and the girls and Rosie videoed it.
Oh yeah.
And brought the tray of cakes
Oh yeah,
down.
that's cute.
And sang happy birthday, and it was just
Love.
just camp
It's
birthdays.
one of those
are the
things that you'll
best.
remember. Do you know what I mean? It'll be a core memory.
Oh, 100%.
And that's what I think camp gives you a lot of, like core memories. Like you'll walk away being like, oh, my cup is so full.
Yeah. Every day is like every birthday that I've had there has felt special.
Yeah.
But there was just something about my 21st,
21st.
like it was just insane.
It's just a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, this is a good one. What are some of the negative things about camp?
I just sometimes think you can reach exhaustion levels that you don't realise is possible
Yeah.
by not listening to your body. And when your body's
Yeah.
telling you, like, come on, you're running on low battery here, take a break,
Gotta
you know,
listen.
you have to listen because
Yeah.
you can't be go all the time. It's not humanly possible. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, that night off where you're pondering between, like, your friends are begging you to come out, like, even friends are begging you to go to Walmart, or then you're pondering in your mind, like, maybe I'll go to the staff lounge for half an hour,
Yeah.
like, you know, let the kids get settled and stuff, then you go back and you have an early night, like,
Yeah.
listen to your body and go back and have the early night, because
I think if you even
it's
contemplate
needed.
needing a night in, chances are you need it.
Yeah, 100%.
But it is hard though, because FOMO is so real at camp. Like, you'll be dead set on not going anywhere for your night off, and then by the time, like, dinner comes around, you'll be like,
Are you gonna
are
go?
we going out? And it is hard, because you do want to find that balance between, I think, enjoying your time off with all the people that you're there with.
Yeah.
Like, when you actually work out how many nights off you get for the summer, like, they go so quick, and they come around so quick as well. So you want to find that balance, but it's also very important not to burn out, because the burnout is real. Like you said, exhaustion is, it's crazy.
It's better to come back from 60% energy,
Yeah.
40% not,
Yeah.
than, you know,
Zero.
burning yourself down
Yeah.
to zero. Which, you know,
Yeah.
we're all guilty of doing it once or twice, but you do learn from the mistake.
Yeah. I think this isn't necessarily a negative thing, it's an obvious thing, and something that I think everyone needs to think about going into the summer is that, like you said, not every day is going to be a good day. Like, there's going to be days that it's a struggle and there's a lot going on. It seems like one thing after another is just keep going at, and you're like, oh, again, like this just isn't my day. You're going to have those moments, but I feel like you can't have life without that.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? You have bad days. Something to bear in mind, and that I do say a lot, is please don't base your summer experience on what you see on social media, on the fact that you see all these videos of people skipping and dancing and singing and big smiles and all of that. That happens, like, no doubt about it. That is how you feel at camp, but it's what you see online is a very small percentage of the summer. You don't see the mornings when you can't get your kids up in the morning, or they don't want to go to meal times, or they're not wanting to go to activities, and maybe there's an argument kicking off in the bunk. Like, there's all those things that you don't see that make up camp and that make it the job that it is and makes it so rewarding in so many ways. But yeah, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, and that's normal. But I think going into it is very normal compared to, like, what you do see a lot on social media when it is those
But then,
incredible looking days.
yeah, in life you don't see that. Like,
No, exactly.
you know, you only see the good things on
positives,
social
yeah.
media because,
That's so
you
true.
know, so look at it in that sense as well.
So true. Right, should we try and get one more question?
Come on then, make
It's
it
getting a
good
little
one.
bit dark. I mean, the lighting stayed pretty good, actually.
Yeah, what do these actually look like on? Whoa, I look
It's giving
like...
spotlight.
It's giving...
I want mine.
It's giving ghost.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Right, I've answered all the questions on here. Let's think of another question. One more to finish it off. Let's try and ask one for each other.
Okay.
Go
on.
Oh, go on, you go first.
Okay. It's obviously coming up to your girls'
No.
last 2 summers. Like, how do you feel about going into the final 2? And, like, what do you want to get out of it with your final 2? And then how do you think... Oh my god, I'm asking like 7 questions. And then how do you feel like that first summer, seeing them as JCs, how you'll feel? Please don't cry on me.
Oh, that's what she's just done to me. Oh my god. I didn't think we were going to get that deep. Wow. I think it's honestly, it feels like such a full circle moment. Like, the fact that I've been able to grow up with my girls every summer at camp, I think is one of the most special things. And doing for you, like, going into 4 years and having the same kids, I think is such a special thing. And starting with them when they were 7, I was 19. And these kids are now like turning 15 and I'm 26, I think is crazy. I was actually texting one of my girls the other day and she was like, so excited for the summer, I can't believe we're going to be teens. And I was like, no, you know what? I actually remember as freshmen, we sat down and we said, oh, can you believe we're going to be like teens 25, like Sits 26? And I was like, back then, obviously it feels like a lifetime away. Like when you feel like that's their whole camper career, that feels like years and years and years and years, which I know it is, but like the fact that that is now here is like low-key terrifying, I think, because I mean camp is going to be in my life for a very long time. I have been like, I'm so grateful I've been able to see my girls from like freshman through CIT and then to JC. I think is crazy. For anyone that doesn't know, JC is like junior counsellor, so it's at our camp the kids' first year as a counsellor. I'm actually really excited for that summer. I think that's going to be such a fun thing to be able to experience with my kids, to see them in a role as a counsellor. Like, that is the full circle. That's when it kind of loops back around. But it's honestly quite exciting. I think I'm very excited for their last 2 years just because they all seem to be in the mindset of like, no, I'm so excited to finish out our camper careers with on like such a high note, you know. And I feel like the last 2 years at camp are always the most exciting. There are so many things that go on in those last 2 years that are like so much fun for the kids and for everyone involved. So I'm so excited, but it's always like, oh.
I think what scares me though, from like talking about it being like your final 2 summers, is the fact that when we first met, you were in junior summer with your kids, and now I'm taking my kids to junior, and how fast fast 4 years have now went. I'm now like,
that's gonna be
my god, like it's gonna blink and it's gonna happen, and oh, it's just a crazy feeling. But like I remember your kids, like when we sat on that bunk bed.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember your kids.
Then little juniors.
So it's like
teens.
It's just crazy to now, and it's so nice to see like their progress as well, because obviously we're friends, so I've been able to see their progress and how far they've come.
Grow, and
it's just so nice to see.
It is probably the nicest thing, I think, to be able to grow up with them and, like you say, watch them grow and develop and just create relationships with them that I literally went into last year. I had the most amazing relationships with my girls. I feel very grateful that I always have. And going into last year, I didn't think it could get any better. Like, I didn't think we could get any closer. And Super Summer honestly proved me wrong in so many ways, because I literally talk to all my girls all the time. And I think it's such a nice thing that you have that relationship that becomes like, they're my little sisters, you know. And you probably feel the same. And
100%.
It's a scary thought thinking that in 2 years they'll be, it's a sad thing obviously thinking that they've only got 2 years left as campers, but then so exciting. Like, the thought of me thinking, I was thinking this the other day, like in 2 years time they're going to be doing their like college choices and like getting into their colleges. That's scary, but also like I can imagine finding out what college they're going to go to and it just feeling like the most exciting thing, and going and visiting every single one of them, or whatever college they end up going to, because that's what's going to happen. I forgot what my question was. Oh yeah, I have one. Okay, so
Scared.
mine's not as deep as yours. I don't think it's as deep anyway. But if you could go back in time to your first summer and change one thing, what would it be?
The way that I put pressure on myself for everything to be perfect, for every day to be perfect, for the kids to be perfect. I think I had this impression that whenever there was any issues within the bunk, it had to be resolved, or if the kids did something out of line, they had to be told. And I was almost kind of, because I had such a strong personality, I was almost like the police in the bunk. And I'm very fortunate that, you know, the kids loved me. But I think that's what I would change. I would be a little bit less like that, but I think also now the girls respect me and they understand.
Yeah.
And they kind of know where the line is and,
Yeah.
and the boundary, so they don't overstep it. But I think that pressure that I put on myself for everything to go perfect and for 50 days to go so swimmingly.
It's just unreasonable as well, isn't it? Yeah. No, I think that's such a good one. Yeah, I think the minute, like, and it's hard because, like you say, you got that respect and that relationship with your girls probably as a result of still doing some of those things. I think you get to camp and it is hard to find that balance between, right, I have got to, like, lay down the laws and set the boundaries and let these kids know what is and isn't acceptable. And that isn't just down to you to do. Like, you'll have, obviously, head staff that help do all of that, but yeah, I think we were literally talking about this earlier as well. I got to a point where I realised that there's no point deep in the little things. I think looking at certain situations and just being like, that's when did you ever say a lot, like, don't pick up the rope? Like,
Yeah.
don't
100%.
pick up the rope. Like, there's so many situations. We tell this to the kids as well. Like, if it's not worth... Oh, she moved.
This is my outfit of the day.
Is that even straight? Has it been straight this whole time?
It's fine. I like that it's dark because my teeth
I know.
look white.
Yeah, I think, again, I keep losing my train of thought. What did I just say? About boundaries.
Picking up the rope.
Picking up the rope. Yeah, it's very easy in the heat of things at camp to something to go on, whether it's an argument or something random happen, to just, it's easy to lose your cool, I think, at camp. So I think sometimes taking a step back and being like, I'm gonna breathe, give me 10 seconds and I can reassess the situation. And that goes for the kids as well, like giving them sometimes 5-10 minutes in the midst of something maybe that's blown up or an argument to just be like, you know what, just go and sit on the porch, cool down for 10 minutes, I'll come and chat to you and, like, we'll try and figure this all out. 9 times out of 10 we were literally saying is that when it's arguments, actually probably any argument that's just one of those little ones that, I don't know, someone's taken someone's hairbrush and hasn't put it back in the right place, or little things like that that can seem really big, like really big deals in the moment, when you give the kids some time apart to just be like, cool off, like, go and do your own thing, before you've even been able to come back and talk to the two of them together, like, chances are they're fine again, they're best friends. And yeah, I think knowing when to get involved is really gonna help your summer just feel a lot more seamless. And like we were saying, naturally you want to step in and you want to sit down and sort the arguments, you want to make sure everything's running smoothly, but these kids know what they're doing, like, they know how to handle themselves. And sometimes when there's an argument, they actually are very mature and, like, you know what, we can sit and talk this through and figure it out, you know.
Don't panic, don't react in the moment. Don't
because
feel
those
like
reactions can change everything.
Don't feel like you are the problem solver and you're the only person that can fix things, because it's not how it works. And you've got to remember, these campers are coming to learn life skills, and you're not going to be there in the real world to mediate discussions and fallings out. Like, you know, if you need to be there to oversee something, be there and oversee it. But if it's something that they can kind of deal with themselves, like, give them that opportunity to sit down together. You know, it makes them feel mature. Like, let them sit down, let them talk between themselves, you know. And then they come out stronger. Because they learn in them life skills to fix them things themselves.
And you then find you'll look back at the end of the summer and, like, you can visibly see how much more mature your kids are, even from 7 weeks, based on how they handle, like, conflicts and situations and just how they carry themselves. Like, you'll see a big difference, I think. And I think as well, like what you said about feeling like you were the police of the bunk, like, you all tend to play bad cop, like, it's easy to fall into that. But I think one thing to remember is using the people around you and knowing that you don't always need to be the bad guy. Like, one thing I would say to my counsellors was that if there was ever anything that you felt needed to be dealt with that you didn't want to deal with, like, I was more than happy to be the bad guy when necessary. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes for a new person to have a conversation with anyone to just be like, oh, you know, like, this is how we're going to try and move on from it, because it can get really tough when you feel like you're the only person that's playing bad cop, that's making sure the kids are doing their jobs, that's making sure they're at the bunk on time. So using each other and knowing that it doesn't always have to be you. And yeah, the pressure thing, I think, is so key. It's very easy to put pressure on yourself and feel like you need to be doing everything, like you say, perfectly. Camp isn't perfect. Life isn't perfect. So
And at the end of the day, you're going there to learn life skills as well.
Yes.
You're going there to learn about yourself in the process, and you're on just as much of a journey as what them campers are. So there's going to be ebbs and flows.
Yeah, spot on.
You're going to be up, you're going to be down.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Exactly, and the longer you sit and ponder on them mistakes, the more likely you are to make another one.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, them mistakes are what make you grow, and they're what makes you a good counsellor. So learn from your mistakes. It's the perfect place to do it, and no one's gonna hold you for handling a situation the wrong way. What they're more likely to do is, pull you to one side and be like, why do you feel like you handled the situation this way? Do you feel like you could have handled it any better? And looking in the future, how do you feel like you would handle that?
Yeah.
I think that's so important. And like, criticism at camp is constructive criticism. It's not somebody constantly pulling you, being like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. That's not why we do it.
How can we help you?
If we pull you, we want to know how we can help you, how we can give you the best advice possible.
Yeah.
We're also there to listen to you as well. So like, if you feel like you've done something wrong but you're not 100% sure, come to one of us and we'll hear you out and we'll listen, and not necessarily tell you what to do, but rather we'll,
just give guidance.
Give
and
guidance.
support.
That's the most important thing.
I think camp is that one place that you can never do by yourself. Like, it's not a one-man band kind of thing. There's never a moment where you can run the show by yourself. It doesn't work. So using the people around you, like your head staff are there to be there for you, and even your co-counsellors, like you'll have co-counsellors that you'll lean on, and there might be one day, I think you said this in one of the last videos, like you've got 40% to give, you need to rely on the other people to help bump you up to that 100, same way that you'll help them when they're at low energy levels, and that is very key at camp. Oh, it's not bad. It's got very dark. We've actually been here for so long.
Oh,
she's gone. I think that was a really good way to round it off. Use the people around you. Don't put all the pressure on yourself. Know that there's going to be down days. How do we sum everything else up? What else did we say? Your campers are going to be the most important people to you. Like, I think that's a thing to go off as well and say is, like, you're going to camp for these kids. Like, make sure they're your priority, and just make sure like you're providing that home away from home for them, because that's what we go to camp to do. Like you said, that is the best part, is the relationships with these kids and being able to watch them grow over the summer.
And I think my final thing to say is trust in yourself, trust in your own ability, trust the people around you, trust your campers.
Yeah.
You're all there
Trust
for one
is
reason.
huge. Yeah.
And just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Don't get bogged down in the small stuff.
Yeah.
Just enjoy your time there before you know it's over. And like, can you believe we're sat here filming this video, our yearly video?
Literally, we fly
Time goes
out
so fast.
Well, I start my journey to camp at the end of next month.
That's wild.
You go
May
the start
12th,
of May. Like, that's crazy. Don't deep those small things. That week, that day at camp, a lot can happen in it. And I think about your energy that you're bringing as well. Like we've always said, energy is huge at camp, and waking up in the morning and having a smile on your face is going to set the tone for that entire day. And there's going to be mornings that you wake up and you've had a bad night's sleep, your camper's kept you up all night, there's so much going on, you feel a little bit grouchy, a little bit tired, and those are going to happen. But it can really rub off on the people around you. That goes...
the product of your environment.
Exactly. That goes for like your campers, your co-counsellors. Like, it rubs off, and because you're in an environment where you're around everyone all the time, your energy is important. So going into it, I think having that positivity, and that doesn't mean to be high energy all the time. It's more, I think, just positive is the biggest thing. I think having a smile on your face is the best thing you can do at camp. I think it just does a lot,
The days feel long, but the weeks go by so fast. And on that note, we love you, and we'll see you in 2026.
No, we're going to do a video at camp.
Yeah, but
this
one. Unless we do a camp version on one of our days off.
What do you mean?
Like when we're at camp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, film a Q&A at camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yeah.
Eating a Polly's.
Oh, you don't like Polly's? Who's it that doesn't like Polly's?
It gives me a bad stomach.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was you that doesn't like Polly's.
I like it, but it gives me a bad tummy.
Or we just go to Walmart and we do like we get a load of snacks.
Freaking summer, try American candy.
Try American candy.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
it's actually pitch
It's
black now.
so dark.
So
we gonna
goodbye,
go and-
we're going for gossip.
Love yous. Bye.